Maria from the Special Needs Early Years Service. Today I'm going to be showing you how you can turn the much loved We're Going on a Bear Hunt story, so here's the book, into lots of little sensory activities that you can do at home with your children. So this story is just wonderful. We use it all the time in group and the children really enjoy it. And we've been trying to explore different elements of the story each week in our sessions. So these are just some ideas for you to do at home if you want to give it a try. Some of them are quite easy to do if you've got the things, and some of it you can just be quite inventive and take the opportunity to explore the story when you can. Okay, so the first part of the story is we're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Uh-oh. So the first thing we come to is the long wavy grass. So some of the ideas we've got for that, obviously if the weather's lovely and you've got a garden, you can go outside and explore the grass, lying on the grass, feeling the texture of the grass. But if you haven't got a garden, you can still do nice activities inside. So some of the things we've used with the children, we've got some sensory balls. So these are quite nice. It's just a rubbery ball. I think I bought this one in Home Bargains. They're not very expensive. You might already have some of these around. If you've got a green one, so it resembles grass, even better, because you can use it as you tell the story. So you can say swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy, as you move the child's hand across or move it along their body. Another thing I found was this feather duster. This is quite fun. So again, nice sensory experience. It's nice and soft, so it's not going to hurt your child. Obviously, I don't know whether you'd be able to get these now. This was from the Works, and it was literally about £1.50. But it's just nice again, swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy. So as you're using the words from the story, you can use fabric or material like this. And then another simple thing that you can try and make yourself would be a sensory bottle. So you can use fizzy pop bottles, any empty bottles that you've got, and fill them with different objects. So I've just chosen some green pipe cleaners and some green glitter that I had. And we would swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy as we're reading the story. So we're really emphasising the descriptive words of the story. Okay, so then the next part of the story moves on to, oh, here we go. It's it's a deep cold river. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. We've got to go through it. So we're going to just do some nice water play for this. So just get yourself a little washing up bowl, or if you've got a bigger water tray at home that you can use, that's great too. Or a great opportunity to use this part of the story, just retelling the story, a lot of repetition when the children are in the bath. So we're just going to splash, 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 splash. You can colour the water if you want to. You can add some bubbles like I've done. You can add some containers, so you can do some filling and emptying. And it's always nice when you're playing with the water. Although the story says deep cold river, we're going to make it a little bit warmer just so it feels nice for the children. Again, I've made a little sensory bottle to go with this one. So that one's just got water that I've coloured with some blue colouring and some glitter in it, so that makes it quite nice. And then I found this that I had from a holiday a few years ago, that is, if I can find the button, is it going to work? Oh, I don't think it's going to work. Oh, I think my batteries have gone. Never mind. But it's a little fan and it's got a spray, so it's got some water in, so you can use this and you can spray water as you're playing. And you'd say splash, 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 splash. There we go. I'll see if I can get the batteries working on this one later. Okay, so that's what we would use for our deep cold river. And let's look at the next part of the story. So, mud. Thick, oozy mud. Can't go over it. Can't go under it. We've got to go through it. And this one is squelch, squirch, squelch, squirch. So really nice sounding words. So again, lots of repetition. And then again, I made a little sensory bottle for this one. And this was simply some water and some gravy granules. And obviously get the tops on tightly. You can tape them. I've used a glue gun on the top of mine, so they're not going to come undone. But we can go squelch, 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 squelch as we're telling the story. Another thing that I've made that's really actually so nice, it's turned out really well, is some Play-Doh. But this time, to make it a muddy colour, I've used cocoa powder in my Play-Doh recipe, and it smells delicious. So you just got to be careful, the children will probably want to eat it and we don't really want them to do that. But we can do thick, oozy mud, so lots of squelch, squirch movements with our hands, really strengthen the muscles in the children's fingers. And it is so, so soft. So I've used the Play-Doh recipe that I always use, but I've just topped it up with a little bit of cocoa powder, and it gives it that nice, smooth, soft texture and that smell as well. So it's going to really heighten all the senses, because you've got the smell as well. So lots of squelch, 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 as we're emphasising the words in the story. And then the next part of the story, I think they're going to go through the deep dark forest. So in the deep dark forest we do lots of stumble, trip, stumble, trip. So this is when we're going to trip over all the twigs. So again, I've done a little sensory bottle. This one has got twigs in it from the garden, and it makes a really lovely sound when you shake it. Okay, and then something for a bit of sensory play. I've used some Weetabix, and then you just want to break the Weetabix up. And then if you've got any little characters, little toys, I've got a little dog because there's a dog in the story. You can push the little animals and the people into the Weetabix, and you can do stumble, trip, stumble, trip, stumble, trip. So that's quite fun. If you want a bit of a different texture with it, add some water. So you've got a bit of wet and then a bit of dry as well. That's always quite nice to explore. And then we're on to the final element of the story, where we're exploring the snowstorm. And it's a swirling, whirling snowstorm. Can't go over it. Can't go under it. Oh no, we've got to go through it. So I've got for this one some lovely crazy foam. So I got this crazy foam from, I think it was from Sainsbury's, but you can use shaving foam as well. But this one is a child-friendly one, so you can use this one in the bath. So this is a soapy foam, it's called. So you can do this in the bath, so there's a bit less mess. I've just got a little foil baking tin here, a little baking tray that you can reuse or you can dispose of if you want to. And you can put the little characters in here. You can pick it up. You can make your own snowstorm like this by clapping your hands together and get covered in snow. That's quite fun. I think I'm just going to wash my hands off from that. And again, I made a little sensory bottle as well for this activity. So here's the sensory bottle, and it's just simply got a little bit of silver glitter in, some water, and I put some ping pong balls in there so they look like snowballs. And you'll have lots of fun playing with the different elements of the story. So story time isn't always just about reading the story, it's about playing and getting involved and learning through play. And then as the story goes on, obviously they go into the cave, so you could make a little den. You could have a dark den, that would be quite nice. You could use a softer voice, tiptoe, tiptoe. And then obviously when they find the bear, it's a bear. So I've got my little teddy bear, he's got snow on his head. Let's move the snow. So it's a bear. So you can use any teddy bear you've got. And then obviously they chase them, the bear chases them, and they go back to the house and they go under the covers. So you could always play a little game where you get the blanket and you all hide under the blanket, and then you say, we're not going on a bear hunt again. But I think they'll probably want to, especially if you use lots of different sensory play to explore the stories. So I hope you enjoyed that little video. So that's just how I put together some sensory play activities to go with our favourite story of We're Going on a Bear Hunt. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye!